All right, so my first video was the sun, the mutable sun, the fixed, and the cardinal sun. So the sun, we're thinking about the self, your persona, your personality, what you project. What do you project when you're out? Now, again, we could also consider that the rising sign, but I wasn't talking about reputation. I was talking about whatever your sun sign is, whether you totally agree with it or not, or you totally resonate with it, is this idea of projection, the ego, right? In which we see kind of like, what is it that we kind of believe is the way in which we express ourselves, right? So if you're a Libra, partnership is important to you, whether you think you're a typical Libra or not, right? Because a lot of times people don't vibe with their sign because they read something that was very vague. And now they're like, I don't vibe with my sign, but you got to understand the astrology behind it. So let's talk about the moons. Let's talk about the mutable moons. So if you're a mutable Sag Moon, you're inspired easily. Okay. You have new ideas and you like to kind of follow them wherever they are. So Sag is like, I have a new idea. I'm going to follow it wherever I go. Okay. And I might not always stay committed to how I feel. And I'm Sag Moon. I am a Sag Moon. So there can be a love-hate kind of, feelings sometimes towards things, right? The Sag Moon deals with extremes in some ways because is easily inspired because we're thinking with emotion, we can easily be uninspired, or the minute something doesn't fit our vision, it's now, I don't like this. I don't want this. So that's what the Sag Moon is always kind of on the grind to find what inspires them, what provokes them, what makes them feel, inclined to learn or do different things, because we are still dealing with intellect here. Sag is intellectual fire. I've said that multiple times. When we put it in the moon, we're now dealing with emotions. And so these emotions can kind of ebb and flow, but there's still this need to kind of help or care about others in a way. Now, again, the moon is hidden and Sag is not an emotional sign. So you're typically not going to see a lot of emotion out of this moon and Sag person. But what you'll see as opposed to that will be inspiration. So if the Sag moon is inspired, or they're helping you, or they want you to envision something, or they want you to start thinking of something in a deeper way, that is their way of showing emotion. Now, Gemini moon, I'm thinking about how I feel. If I'm a Gemini moon, I'm thinking about how I feel. I'm not really quite sure how I feel. I have to think about it first because there's all these different ideas. My thoughts matter as much as my emotions. Okay, the mutable moon, the mutable mutable Gemini. I'm thinking. The way my emotions are not pouring out. My emotions are can kind of change depending on the information that I get. Just like Sag Moon can change based on what feeling they get, right? And when I'm thinking of Gemini Moon, I'm also someone whose thoughts about things can change easily too, right? I'm not kind of locked into my emotions. I can go either way, maybe, right? I'm air, mutable air, so I'm not really locked down to anything. Right? So sometimes you have to really make sure that I want what I say I want, because that could change at any time. And it's kind of like almost any mutable moon, to be honest, but their emotions can change easily. But it's also good because their emotions can change back easily. Virgo moon. I need to process emotions in a way that makes sense. So give me a minute. Give me a minute. Because as a Virgo moon, I'm going to need to process this. Okay? I may not reveal a lot because I don't want to confuse you, because I'm confused myself about what I feel. So as a mutable Virgo moon, I'm not quite sure how to feel about this or what I want to do about this emotion or feeling. So give me some time and then I'll get back to you, or, I will start communicating with you better. Because as a Virgo moon, I can communicate with you, but you can't expect me to do something on the spot. I have to think about it. I have to pick it apart. I have to really truly understand my feelings. Pisces moon. Well, I'm sensitive to my surroundings. My emotions can shift, but my emotions shift based on not inspiration or not just ideas that I have. Sag moon can get upset if you shoot their ideas down, right? They take it emotionally. When you don't listen to Sag moon, they can take it kind of emotionally, even though they're not an emotional sign. But I'm a Pisces moon, so I'm willing to shift my emotions to yours. I'm caring. I really care. I really care. Like, I'm not just saying that I care. I do. I really connect to people when something happens, good or bad. I'm generally happy for you when something happens, and I'm generally sad when something happens. But as a Pisces moon, I'm very sensitive, so watch what you say to me. All right? Things that might not upset you might upset me. But again, I'm going to be so hurt. I'm not really going to tell you how I feel, right? I'm not going to show you. I kind of let it build up over time, and then I kind of let it all come at once. So I do have to probably learn to communicate that, how I really feel. Because I take on so much of other people's stuff that sometimes I'm not really sorting out my own stuff. All right. Fixed moon. All right. I'm not going in order, so sorry. I'm not going in order. Some of these I am. Leo moon. Acknowledge me. I know my worth, but I need you to confirm my feelings. So I'm not like the sun in Leo necessarily, where I just kind of want you around me. I kind of want my reputation to be good. I want to kind of shine. I want you to see me. No, as Leo moon, I don't have to be the best, but I need you to acknowledge me. I want to feel like I'm the best. Even though I have a crowd around me, I need to feel like I'm good. And my feelings are true. I need you to confirm that my feelings about myself are true and I'm important to you. So I need confirmation that who I am matters. If I'm in a relationship with you, you need to give me praise. I don't care. The whole world doesn't have to praise me. Because if I'm a Taurus sun, Leo moon, I just want the people most intimate with me. So moon being like closeness, right? The people that you care about, your family, friends, whatever, those relationships matter to me. So as Leo moon, I need to feel that. And I'm really not going to change my need for that because I'm a fixed moon. I'm not really going to change. That's not going to change very much. But I'll give to you because I'm generous, because I'm a Leo moon. I'm going to give to you because part of who I am is being able to be generous and give to those that I care about. But I also need you to acknowledge me. And yes, I probably need acknowledgement almost every day. Scorpio moon. You need to fill my emotional cup. I need intensity, or I don't want it at all. Because I'm going to, if I don't get the level in which I'm giving to you, I'm going to retreat. I'm going to draw back because my loyalty cannot be taken for granted. You have to be mature in order for me to trust you. I need a sense of emotional maturity from you in order for this to truly work. Or else I'm constantly going to be a little bit vengeful, or I'm constantly going to be resenting you if you don't match my intensity. If I give all of this to you, you don't give back. Okay, so it's not a showy, ostentatious type of what I need from the outside world. My emotional needs are to feel that I can trust people, that they can match my intensity, that they understand the depths of emotion. But I don't really understand them myself because my moon's in Scorpio, and that's considered in fall. So it's hard for me to truly feel able to be vulnerable and kind of spill out how I feel. It's not an easy thing for me to do. So when I do trust someone, I need them to match me. I'm not a moon in Gemini. I'm not going to really change my thoughts very easily. I'm not even going to think about what I feel. I'm just going to feel it. Scorpio moon. Taurus moon. I know what makes me feel secure and safe. I need you to provide me with stability. That's my emotional center of security. I need to feel secure. If you change things and I don't understand why, and if you change something that makes me feel safe, or you change my structure, or you change something that works for me, that now makes me now feel not safe. And so I don't like people as a moon in Taurus who are, and again, I'm not a moon in Taurus, but I'm just saying, I have a moon in Taurus kid, but I'm a moon in Pisces kid too. But I don't like when people don't let me feel like I have a sense of security. I don't like sudden change. If something is the way that I've done it, why do I need to change it right now? That makes me feel comfortable. So where the sun in Taurus wants to project, right? And the sun in Taurus is like, I'm a person who's stable. That's what I like to feel like. I'm stable. I'm secure. I know who I am. I don't need to do all that crazy stuff. Why are you doing it? The moon in Taurus, I need to feel that way. And I get really accustomed to doing things a certain way because it makes me feel a sense of security. I'm not doing it to get your attention. I'm not doing it because I need to overprocess things. I'm just doing it because it's what it is. But at the same time, I'm also someone willing to be very clear with what I feel, because I'm a Taurus moon, and Taurus is pretty frank. I kind of going to tell you what I feel. The moon is exalted in me, so I'm going to tell you how I feel. I don't feel uncomfortable with emotions like Moon and Scorpio, my opposite sign. Aquarius Moon, but I'm not a really emotional sign because I'm Earth. Aquarius Moon. My inner need is to feel connected to groups and people, right? I also desire emotional freedom. I know that sounds weird, but it's like I care about the greater good. But at the end of the day, I'm not willing to be vulnerable emotionally. And sometimes it's hard for me to give in emotionally. So I sometimes dedicate a lot of myself to greater causes bigger than me, things that can keep me busy. I do have a sense of duty and loyalty to those that I care about, and I tend to carry those things out pretty well. That's how I show my emotion. I'm not really emotional, but that's how I show my emotion to others. And, how I feel doesn't really tend to change. Even if I change my actions because I'm a mutable sun or I'm a mutable Mars, whatever the case may be, how I truly feel doesn't tend to change. So no, you kind of can't change my emotions. But as a sense of duty to groups or family or community, I will do the right thing. Cardinal moons. Okay. All right, let's see. If I'm a cardinal moon, my emotions are strong and have no room for misinterpretation. It's gonna be pretty direct. Aries moon, I'm reactive to any attack on my freedom or independence. My needs are mainly focused on my own desires. I'm relentless about what I need. So I need you to recognize my independence and respect my independence. And it doesn't mean I won't ever involve you, but it is important for me to feel like I am free and not to feel locked in or caged in. Cancer moon, I'm deeply aligned with my emotions, and I'm not apologizing for that. Emotions are a part of life, and I believe that we should feel them and we should express them. My feelings come from an authentic place. It's a raw, authentic emotional expression. What I feel is what I really feel. It's not a manipulation, and it's not me trying to navigate out of something. Now, I'm a Cancer moon, so sometimes I might lead with emotion when I might not need to. But my emotional response is dependent on my level of comfort. And when I feel attacked, sometimes I can give off an emotional response, or I retreat as the crab. I retreat from things that don't make me feel comfortable. Something doesn't make me feel comfortable, I'm going to get away from it. Okay. Libra moon. I'm driven by a need to connect with others and relate to other people. Regardless of whether I'm independent or not, as a Libra moon, partnership is important to me. Having people I can confide in is important to me. And I show the importance of that through my ability to consider other people. But what happens sometimes is other people don't have that same emotional level as I do to include another person or to truly understand this need for cooperation and balance and harmony. So as a moon in Libra, sometimes it can be quite difficult to navigate where I end and where someone else begins, because I find it very important to involve others in my emotional process. And sometimes it can be kind of hard to see what I truly feel, because I am influenced by other people's input, and I am influenced by being very fair. And sometimes emotionally, I can second guess myself of whether I'm being fair to people I care about or not. Capricorn moon. I know how to feel as I keep it grounded. I know what I feel. The simplest emotions are the most beneficial. I don't really see the point in being overly emotional, right? Getting complex prevents me from achieving. If I allow emotion to control me, I'm probably not going to feel like I can get to where I need to get to. So everything in life, from the small to the big, is viewed as a goal to me. And every day I look at that, and I can get quite disappointed in myself if I don't meet certain goals. Even if it's just me imposing these goals on myself and nobody else is imposing them on me, I can really beat myself up over that. And as a moon in Capricorn, I like to feel like I'm grounded, so it's really difficult for me to show emotion. But when I do show emotion, sometimes it can come across as harsh because I'm not practicing the way in which to really truly convey my emotions. Now again, that can change. Again, you would have to look at the whole chart. So like everything I said for the moon what is your sun sign? Because if you're a Capricorn moon and you feel that way, but you're a Gemini sun sign, well, you're not going to appear like a harsh person. You're not going to appear that way because Gemini energy tends to be quite capricious and free-spirited. But emotionally, this is a person that's probably not really, they're only really committed to the goals that they find important. So you can't, Cardinal knows already what their direction is. And fixed is trying to influence you a little bit more. Capricorn's really not. Right? Capricorn is about self. Cardinal signs do tend to be, except for Libra, because Libra is sign of partnership. Cardinal signs tend to have this really concept of where they want to be. I'm leading through this energy as a cardinal sign. Okay, so that was it for this video. If you didn't see the other video, look at the sun video. Also talk about the mutable, fixed, and cardinal suns.